Maybe, just maybe. Because I'm starting, like, at the part where it starts getting good. Where you have fewer confusing dungeons, but you still have dungeons to complete. There's, like, I don't know, there's, like 5 different dungeons you gotta complete at this point in the game. But then you also got, who knows what else. What am I add in this quest? Go to Axis Glacier. Yes. And I have been playing for a little bit. The main thing is just getting to the point where it starts getting fun, because it takes a little bit, because the fights, there's so many fights in this game that it's on a little bit of the ridiculous side. Access Glacier, oh boy. I'd be better off going down, because Access Glacier might be where I have to go, but the best place to actually go to is to go to the underwater section. Because that's closer to where you need to actually be. And we're already facing ultimates. A champion and 2 ultimates, oh my goodness. We're not going to get creamed, but we're not going to have a fun time. I do have a weapon that does allow me to strike you both at the same time, though, so I'll probably have one downed before before their turn. Or maybe not. Yes, I'm sorry. This is a Digimon game that I've started in the middle, because I can't figure out what I want to really do. So here we go. I'll probably see about trying to do the outpost in the next time, which will probably be tomorrow. I just want to get something out there so it's actually displayed. And yes, I got some Digimon in the background that need to be leveled. Oh, and actually considering that, I probably can't digivolve them to the right forms because I'm not getting the right experience. That's another thing about this game. You have to have the right experience to digivolve your different Digimon. Water versus ice. Or water and ice versus fire. Now, the thing about this game and Digivolution and Digivolution, if I were to remake this, the secondary, the Ultra would have its own ranking. It would have its own ranking, because there's 4 forms that your Digimon can take. Okay, you got from in training to rookie to champion to ultimate to mega, and then you got Ultra, which is your 5th form, your burst mode. And you can say that the only way to get it is by doing the DNA Digivolve. I mean, what's the nearest one? Because Digimon releases quite a few games. It's just that not all of them reach America or the West, because for some reason Japan's weird like that. They keep it focused in their own country. Which, I mean, hey, if you're making money and you're doing good without going worldwide, which is what a lot of these companies have started having to do, is they have to go worldwide, because you have to have such a big audience for these big, huge towers of corporations. You have that happening. Yet Nintendo and all the other stuff there in Japan is having a somewhat easier time of staying afloat, because they don't get so big that they need a worldwide audience just to support their weight. Oh, Agumon. If I had my 4 shot, I'd be able to do ya. I mean, I shouldn't use holy against holy, but why not? And they're dead anyways. Well, just a little bit more damage, and that would have actually done them in. And yes, like I said, this is pretty much the fun part where you start taking very little damage, but able to defeat the enemies in just a few turns. This is the one thing I missed about Cyber Sleuth is you could degenerate in this one. You can degenerate and digivolve your Digimon as you like, and it pretty much allows you to get what you can quote unquote call infinite power. Now, all I can say about this water area is that it runs off the Digimon World Tamers rules, where you think that you're not going to drown, and you can breathe the water, and it works. It just works. That's the weird thing about Tamers is they had some weird ideas, but they didn't go too far enough, and they didn't have a long enough run with it because pretty much. Oh, I did it messed up. Okay, I have to get down there, and I have to go up. It's been a bit, so I don't remember every last bit of this. But I do think that I have to go past the gate and I have to go up. Because I remember running around this place like... I remember running around this place until I freaking passed out for several times over when I played this when I was younger. And this was on the actual DS, not emulator, like I have right now. Also, I must complain about this. Why do... I mean, I guess you could say it's for money reasons, but Digimon World Dawn and Dusk are basically the same game, just different color and different side of the story, you could say. However, you run into this issue where certain Digimon are not available in one version or the other without you having hatched Digimon. So in order to get let's see, there's like 3 different Digimon that you can't get in Digimon Dusk. That's because of the requirements. You can't get Guilmon, because you need like Gigimon. You need Gigimon or you need Guilmon to get that line. You can't get Guilmon or Growlmon. So basically, when you get Black Wolf Growlmon, you can't degenerate into Black Growlmon or anything. You have to have Guilmon. So basically, you have a dead-end Digimon that you have. It's a sad thing, really, because the only way to gain power in this, yes, you can level up, but you only have it until your aptitude limits. And what the aptitude limits does is it pretty much... You see how Gabumon is not getting any experience? It's because aptitude's only level at 42, which means that maximum level is level 42. Same thing for all these other ones. Like Solaris can only go up to level 64. Victory can only go up to level 57, and so on and so forth. This one needs to digivolve or something. I'm trying to think of why I want this one. It's not for digivolve reasons. Sadly, all I can think of is Terriermon is probably going to end up. We're going to end up using Terriermon as a bank filler because that's all that I can really think of to do with him. Because once I get him up to Mega, the one I would like to get is Gabumon. I want to get Gabumon, which I think comes from here. Namely, so I can get Omnimon. However, one of the things that's the downside of DNA Digivolve and all that stuff you don't combine the powers of your two Digimon. You don't get one at 100. You don't get to get Digimon at 100 power and another Digimon at 100 power, and they add to each other. No, you only have a Digimon of 100 power all the way through, which is kind of the sad thing about the DNA Digivolution. And even if you degenerate them, you lose that other Digimon that you had in the combination, which I find sad. I mean, I guess so that you don't try and fuse a ton of Digimon together to make glitch Pokemon, but really that's what DNA Digivolution does. It should take the stats of your two Digimon and at least add them together, if not give them an additional multiplier, as what the Digimon 02 seasons suggests. It suggests that the Digimon, along with the fusing, gain an extra little power boost in their new form. Namely because they go from champion to ultimate, because of that they get jump gaps in the jump gaps in Digimon are much different than, say, Pokemon. Pokemon is pretty much a straight slope of growth. Maybe a tiny jump whenever they evolve, but not as massive as what Digimon is. Okay, so think of a hill, and then it turns into a sudden cliff. That's it, and that cliff goes up quite a bit, because the next level up normally takes care of the enemies a lot easier than your previous forms do. Like it takes more rookies to equal a champion than it does for a champion to equal a champion. Of course, all champions are not the same, as is by the Digimon series. Hi, Digimon. Do you want to become the dead? Yes, you do, because you arrived. You arrived, and now I have to punish you. You must be punished. Hopefully, I'm playing. Am I? Yes. 19 minutes. And yeah, sorry about what the background is. I don't really have a choice in the matter. It's either you see a bunch of white, or you see what I have in the art background there. I really should have my Mighty Pancake land behind me, but it will. I don't think I have that image file on the computer right now. Yeah, I did a mission earlier, and it allowed me to open this up. Hi. I'm glad that you moved aside. What was the player character? Yes. Yes, we're back up and running. I thought I got to fight him again. The only time you get to fight him twice is when you fight him at the end. Oh, Phanimon. Boss version. No, I thought that you were wide. I guess not. Now I wonder, is the Desperado Blaster? Now I think of the Digimon and how it has a reminiscing sound of gunfire when they use Desperado Blaster. I mean, Digimon is a weird creation because it's either swords and shields, spears and axes, or it's freaking guns, missiles, and nukes. That's your choice. That's your choice of what sort of weapon your Digimon has. I mean, what Digimon you even got. Spirit. And actually, Spirit is the hardest thing to build in this game. Because your attack, defense, and HP go up so fast that by the time you reach the boss, if you properly prepare, it's kind of easy. Also, you might get annoyed at multi-hit weapons, but there's two types of multi-hit weapons. Multi-hit weapon number one is what I just used, and that is things that do well. That's actually number two. Number one is when it's a single location and it does damage to one location, but you hit multiple times. Number two is where it's multi-hit, but it's also multi-space. Because you got Battlefield that set up there, you see? Now, hopefully that gets Hope closer to being able to digivolve into next form. Is this because our protagonist is a silent little turd? That's the thing I don't like about some of these, especially this. Why would Sayo, a member of the Night Claw, be more important and listen to than your character? I mean, I guess it's because it's kind of hard to program saying the name of your character for the stuff, because that's literally what it's supposed to say is the name of the character. Which is something I kind of find weird about a lot of games, especially ones that are text-based. Like, they have a hard time wanting to refer to your character by the name that you give your character. So you can name your character any number of things. Like, how I'm Ilohasa on the Cyber Sleuth. Ilohasa, if you just take a mirror, you can understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, there's that. It's also partially voiced, if I remember, but it's a lot of text. So why is it so hard to do that? I mean, I guess it's hard to get people to say, oh, I don't know, infinite number of names. Also, that Raptormon there in the middle is like a DNA evolution, I think, a Jogress, as they would call it. We could really just say what it is. It's fusion. It's fusion. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's fusion. Okay. Also, oh my goodness, do I remember this area? I think I ran around this area again, leveling up for the next area for a little bit before, but because I'm a little bit OP for what level I'm at. Well, also I remember that I got OP there because I was running around for so long the first time through that I overleveled. Because you're supposed to be suffering for some reason. For some reason, every gamer thinks that you're supposed to be suffering through these instead of taking a few hours to grind. I mean, I guess if you're speedrunning, yeah, you're suffering and trying to use what items you can to improve your stats. Some of the quest counter for your rewards, and for the next two quests, because I guess you don't need to do with two more quests. I think that I have enough points that it would actually confirm that I was able to advance. However, to level up your characters and to get extra rewards, a really good grind method actually would be to fight some boss Digimon in the side quests and then quit the quest and just do that over and over and over again until you got infinite level. But that's just me thinking of how to cheese it more than I already have, because the ability to digivolve and to generate your Digimon into their most powerful states is kind of OP. Agumon. That's the weirdest thing. The dot Digimon, you need the original Digimon in order to digivolve into them. Now, yes, it might seem like I'm losing power. However, if you looked at the base stats of the character before, they were lower. Oh, yeah, and here's the thing: when you're doing generation, always go for maximum level on both ends, whether you're in the higher form or the lower form that you're degenerating into. That means that that as you digivolve and you get higher aptitude, that means that you have more and more levels to gain between leveling up and degenerating and digivolution. Why? Because you got to get stronger. Also, you should be able to digivolve into your next form. After that is the it's the Mega, which is going to be a choice. But yeah, I'm going to wait a few more levels before I digivolve. I can actually go ahead and do this one. Sadly, okay, so for some reason they thought it was a good idea to put the Mega behind the DNA Digivolution. However, that means that once you DNA Digivolve using whatever the materials are to get Black War Growlmon into Chaos Gallantmon, you end up with a weaker Digimon than you would by just degenerating and Digivolving your Digimon. And that's sort of why I'm kind of on the iffy part of actually doing the DNA Digivolution. Because whichever Digimon leads that Digivolution, that Jorgress, is going to be the best stats of the next form. And because you need, because I would say that you'd want to have your character stats around, I don't know, 5,000 before Jorgressing permanently into a Mega you can't degenerate from. Oh yeah, that's the interesting part. This one here, you have to get your Megidramon, and then you go from Megidramon to Gallantmon. And it's not even a slight evolution, it's more or less you have to degenerate back from Megidramon. It's funny too, because Megidramon is supposed to be, you know, your dark Digimon. Yet you control him like he's nothing. Okay. You still got levels, you still got levels. Blah. After I get level 20 with that one, I think that I know what we're going to do. I forgot. I need to go talk to a certain somebody. He's in the hall. Is the hall over here or is this a square? Because I always mess this up because it's so better in the dusk version. And I know the dusk version better. Yet I still mess up which one's which. Okay, where we need to go? We need to go to Pellet Amazon. Which is this a new area or is this an old area? I think this is an old area. Yeah. I've talked to Dervamon. You don't look that strong. Yes, this is the guy that could probably be blown away by me by a simple waft of gas. And yes, I don't just say that in offhand. I say that because it's true. Now, Digimon is weird because they... Okay, so unlike Pokemon, who has to have a new generation every new game, just about, Digimon doesn't really do that. They might have a few new evolutions, but they won't really have a full-on new generation. Like you will still have Agumon, you will still have Gabumon, you will still have the Digivolutions of such. And you'll even have some of the side characters, which would be Monochromon and Diceramon and stuff. You will never get a full-on different generation. You only get like 1 or 2 or 3 new Digimon in any given season. I mean, season 3 Tamers was your only one where you really got a bunch of new Digimon in it, or at least ones you didn't see in the main show. Because if you were following the shows, you didn't get to see many new Digimon. If you're following the card game, I think that you got to see all the Digimon, but that's if you could get all the cards. And just like any other game that is a card game, you end up with not getting too many the cards. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like thousands of cards, and I only got like maybe 100 of them at most. And then not only that, you gotta worry about getting duplicates. And like the games where you have dual points, you use real life money to buy them. And real life money is much harder to get than any dual points. All the while, we're getting stronger as we go on and on and on. That's my thing. You're supposed to be weakening yourself by fighting through waves of enemies, but if you're doing level ups, if you're able to level up in between fights, it's really just working against the game. No, there he is. Fight me! Yes, you royal pain. You royal pain in the buttocks. I will give you the atomic blaster. Actually, yes, you could level up and degenerate your character enough that you'd be able to one-shot these bosses. Well, except for the super bosses, where they take up three stuff, because I think they're... Oh my. Daydreaming. Confusion in any game is like my worst nightmare. At least in this one, they don't slap themselves in confusion. They just go, I'm confused. And you see why I say that you can just grind this over and over again? As long as you don't finish it, as long as you don't do the last step, which is talk to your initiator. Because here's the thing. Here's how these quests work. You talk to your initiator, you go to location, you talk to quest part 2 of it. You then go to your fight, if your fight isn't your part 2 of it. It's pretty much a quest system, which is basic enough to follow, because you got your initiation, you got your quest, but your quest events can go anywhere from 1 to 5 deep, or even more, depending on how they programmed it. And then we go from there to the finisher, which is you talking to your initiator. Your initiator will say, "Good job," and just send you off to get your reward. If you instead say, go to the thing and cancel your stuff, if it lets you, once you've finished about 90% of the quest and you reinstate the quest, you can then grind the quest out until you reach any number of levels, because you're getting 2,000 to 3,000 for that one fight, plus whatever you get in between. Which really could just be paltry amounts, but hey, making that extra 5 levels isn't so bad, is it? Because the only other place to grind, well, there's actually like 3 different places to grind in this game. But to do so, you have to reach those locations. So yeah, in the short run, doing the quest parts over and over again does end up being your better point of gaining XP. It's just going to say stuff, and it's going to say who leveled up. I probably do have to digivolve somebody there, though. And you're Mega. Next, it makes me think. I think that I'm supposed to have Mega at this point, but because I've been degenerating and digivolving a lot, and did a little bit of bullet, did a little bit of cheating, you could say that my ability to get to Mega right now is not too high. How long does it take? Long enough. I'm not kidding. This game can take a very long time to beat. Depending on your skill level and depending on what your luck is. I should use a stronger attack, but it doesn't help when they dodge your attacks. There we go. 1 Mega costs to give it 6,000 experience. Double Blaster. Now I'm curious, so I'm gonna go ahead and, well, number one, here's a major thing about this and the emulator and all. Save your game. Doesn't matter if you've been playing for 10 minutes or 5 hours. Save your game, because this emulator is a bit of a jank thing, and you press escape, you lose all your data. Okay, so this is the main reason I want to try it, because I want to try canceling the quest if I can. Or does it register that I have the quest mostly finished? Oh wow. Okay, so this old game, this old game has an area you have to go to. Okay, you have to go to it. You have to go to it. You have to tell them I want to cancel this quest. They ask you if you want to cancel the quest. Then they confirm if you want to cancel the quest. But Blizzard, no, we can't make a confirmation window. We can't make a okay, are you sure window. No, we have to jank you out of your free pass right away. Yeah, I think that these game companies need to look at what games are out there. Because this old game, I'm trying to think when the DS come out and when this come out. Sometime during 2010s. Oh man, you need to. Okay. Really, I can't really think of why I need Gargamon or anything. Can't really think why. I mean, I guess it just could be that I like Terriermon and Renamon. Though, this came out after Tamers. Renamon has a in-training version. It's Viximon. Or Vixenmon. Vixen. For some reason, they couldn't include Viximon in this. Huh. Strange. Are you just going to give me a full screen every time I'm in this area? I mean, it's not that bad because I can just do that and already blow away a Deramon. That's like two different tree-like Digimon right there. You got Deramon there, which has a little bush. Actually, no, there's more than that. There's Woodmon as well. Then there's Cherubimon, which is the giant tree. Also, something you notice when you look at the older Digimon games and stuff, is you realize that they don't have enough Digimon to really fill out these different evolution lines. Like, there is a certain oomph that you look at and you go, huh, that's missing something. Because, okay, so Alchemon, the Alchemon the tree has a ton of offshoots off it. And sometimes they don't even go into Greymon, they just go into these other Digimon because they're dinosaurs, and you don't have too many dinosaurs as far as rookies are concerned. Like, you have Alumon, and I forget what Alumon even evolves from, but you have Alumon, which is supposed to be a take of a Allosaur. Oh, and hi. Actually, do you give a lot of experience? I think you do. Huh. We'll see. Not too much. Okay, you want me to level up. I get it. I'm going to level up, I promise. You keep on giving me enemies to defeat, I'll keep on defeating them. That's the thing about some of these what are they? Strategy, JRPGs. We call them JRPGs, but really you could just say they're RPGs. Where it's pretty much just based on the amount of steps you take. It's like every 6 to 20 steps you take, and you're having to fight a new fight. I mean, some of them have learned, and they do wisdom to increase that limit. Other times they don't, and they don't even include a way to avoid fights. And that's why you find some people enjoying the old some of the games where they actually allow you to run around enemies. Like, let's see, Evolution was like that. Stories of Guardia. Let's see, what else? I was thinking Chrono Cross, but I don't think Chrono Cross does that. I know Chrono Trigger does, because you have the overworld, which is also your battlefield. Because your characters will jump into combat fighting area if you run into an enemy. So you could, in essence, if you're good, dodge every fight unless it's programmed that you actually get in a fight. And there were a few points where you're actually supposed to get into a fight, regardless of what you do. You're not strong enough to beat the Digimon that you just beat last time. I can figure out where I have the devil hood on my computer, I'll probably end up playing that sometime. Nah. You've become the dead. You've been chopped down. Oh yeah, I forgot to name Agumon Courage. So it's just Agumon. We'll name him Courage. Actually, I was going, I can't digivolve him into the next form, and then I realized that even though I can't digivolve him into that because I don't have enough dragon, I can still do that one. Which the next form does require dragon. That means I can change my Digivolution levels. Now that's actually something to note about this game, is that sometimes you get stuck between two levels, and the only way up is to go back. You might think that's counterintuitive, but no, it's not. It's not counterintuitive. I mean, I guess you could play like that. You could play with only going up in Digivolution, but eventually, once you reach the top, you reach a ceiling where you can't go any higher as far as level or power. And so, little 10-year-old, 15-year-old me was spending time at digivolving and digigenerating my characters until I was strong enough to fight enemies. And I pretty much learned that in the 11th hour of the game. Which is actually not the best place to learn that little secret about this game. Your best bet is just to learn it at the beginning. Don't I have a gold sword somewhere? What? Might be the gold cloaks. I think I'll have a good battle with you. Yes, you already did. We fought before. You just don't remember because I'm the player, and the player canceled the fight, canceled the mission right at the finish line. Oh my! Here's a weird thing about this game. Okay, so there's three points of attack. There's 3 points of attack and defense, basically. Okay, so there's attack, defense, and spirit. Spirit is kind of a weird stat. I think it's supposed to improve your magic defense and attack, but since everything, even physical attacks or magic defense based attacks, because you're using MP. Because you see, it costs MP to use these attacks. It's unlike Pokemon where you have a certain amount of PP per attack. You have MP, which is basically your pull for your attack power for any of your attacks. And some of your attacks cost more MP than others. Let's try to destroy him. And there we go! I am the living embodiment of the meme of you can't get enough sleep. When you need to be up and you need to be active, or at least up and engaged, you end up yawning the most. But then when you don't need to be, you find yourself just, oh, I'm up, and up, and you try going to sleep at night, and your brain is working at 500 miles per hour. All right. Oh, hi, dragging experience. More dragging experience, and more dragging experience. Yeah, it's weird, because the dino humans are dragging experience. Because most of your beastmen are human-like enemies or beasts. That's the weird thing about this game. There's a few exceptions to that rule, but as you can see, this is one of the exceptions, is dino human. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to digivolve someone. Oh, I can digivolve into that one, or I can go Geogreymon. Huh. Well, since I'm probably going to end up degenerating all the way back through this line, let's just go ahead and do the Geogreymon. Besides, I'll probably end up getting enough holy power to go from a Geogreymon to well, not Geogreymon, from Rise Greymon. And yes, this is also because I just saw Digimon Data Squad, so Courage will go down this line, because we'll get Rise Greymon. And that's the weird thing about this game. You have to unlock Mega to see your Mega forms. I'm sorry, this game works like this. I'm sorry. Also, if you know anything about the Digimon and the weird DNA Digivolutions needed, you have to have Seraphimon in order to get Crimson Mode. Also, as I can say, this game. Okay, so you know how long it took? Well, I'm thinking it took this one a while too, but once it reaches the DS games and even the Cyber Sleuth, it seems that they have it to where anyone who's in your party at the time gets the XP from doing the fight. So you could have loved ones all in the background here, like I have right now, and they would be fine because they're just your backup. I mean, it's not good to have backup that's weaker than your front line, but stuff happens. Oh, that said, the worst place to actually have it happen is when you're actually grinding in the best place, or one of two best places. Okay, so there are like 3 different places, 4 different places that are good for training to level up. There are some mines. Well, I think this is the number 2 area, because number 1 area is the last story mission area besides going to the city. But why it's so good is because you face Saberleomon. These Saberleomon give you up to 3,000 to 5,000 experience per Saberleomon. You can face up to 5 Saberleomon. However, the downside, these Saberleomon are strong enough to destroy it. If you destroy you only have 1,000 HP and 100 stats of 100 to 300 across the board. You need something closer to 1,000 in order to face them. Else you start becoming dead real fast. And I remember this because I did it. I was fighting these Saberleomon and stuff until I got up to my Digimon were starting to have stats nobilizing around 500 power across the board, and that required for me to have both parties at said levels. And you see, once you finish, you can't do it again. That's the sad part. It's also really sad that this doesn't have a New Game Plus, because that would most definitely be something I would want to do. Shine Office, that's just outside. It's you. I'll try to get to the next story beat in this game. I mean, I could probably do it now, but does it take me right to them? Yes, it actually does. Oh my goodness. I think this was so annoying because it was so hard to find them. The thing is, though, I think that the sad thing is, between the 2 games, they did little to change a lot of the stuff. It's pretty much the same game. Because I think you have the same missions, it's just different Digimon. Like in Dawn, you have these Darugumon who are trying to dig into Log Mountain. In Dusk, you have Dromogimon, the big moles with the big huge nose hole that's a drill. Okay, they're the ones that's trying to drill into it. Now forget if you go back there, or you have to go deeper to find him again. Because that's something that I like doing. Sometimes he'll keep a character like that in one place. Other times he'll be deeper inside, which really sucks. And this might be why I was going around this place in circles, because no, I don't want to see farm results. Don't need to. Prepare yourself. Yes, Aqua Digimon, give me the power. Give me the power. As I give you a drop of atomic. 2003, not a bad year. No, man, because Ubisoft has been going down the tubes, I can't do Ubisoft anymore. And seeing that 1308 makes me think of Anno 1308, or if there was such a game as that. But Why am I even trying to bring that up? Maybe because it's on the front of my mind that companies are falling down because of their own actions. I mean, if the game's fun, the game's fun. But if there's strings attached to it, like always online and stuff, yeah, no, you lose me. Because I'm part of the people that like having the games that I own and can play on my stuff all the time. I can understand multiplayer online, but companies have been going too hard into that stuff, and now it's starting to show. Welcome to the new age. Is all that I can say with that. Jeez. I've had no comments at all. Please, anybody out there that's watching me, please tell me something. I'm lonely. Oh my goodness! Stop doing that. Oh my goodness! You're still alive. You're about to get your stuff pushed in. There you go. I'm fighting you. Yes, Doodlemon, you are fighting me until you become the dead. $2,084. Nice. Okay, we gotta check around here. I don't think I want to go through that hole until I've checked all around here. Ice Evimon, I'm trying to remember if Ice Evimon is a... I think he's a champion. I could be wrong. It could be ultimate. But he went down so fast. Garurumon. Am I going to be able to get Garurumon before I get Gabumon? Probably at this rate. Oh my! It's also because I was fiddling around in that area trying to see if I could see something. Oh, and I keep on forgetting that this is the DS stuff. Touchscreens. I think that this is back where I don't want to be. Mojimon. Actually, Mojimon, even though they depict him as being big, he's not supposed to be that big, actually, because Digimon Adventure showed him being a little guy, being something that's something the size of Tai. Ah, that's why. The area's been split up into 2 parts, so you have to go through this hole. What? Cyberdramon! It's an ultimate. Introduced in Digimon Tamers. Let's go with Power Cutter. Winning Punch. Well, there's my dragon experience. Now all I need is burst tackle. Oh no, you're gonna be able to use it like 2 or 3 times. A burst tackle is actually strong. Might not show it because I'm that much more powerful, but still. Also, if you're thinking that this is a little too overpowered for this area, maybe. But if you were to follow your character's path and actually have leveled up at least somewhat reasonably, you actually would be at this power point. Which surprisingly is near in-game power because this game doesn't really go that high. Also, this is why it makes me annoyed that people saying that there is a PvP part of a game. And the game's balanced for that. I mean, sure, but you could really just make a system that pretty much detects the average power of your team. Or if you end up playing dirty and you try only using three level 99s, or as I would say, max power characters, it would just sort of detect that and put you in the right ranking area, so you're not really fighting against people that are lower than you. Oh, full repair tea. Full repair tea is your elixir of this game. It pretty much it's a super item. It's not just an elixir. It's a elixir plus Phoenix down, because if your Digimon is dead, if your Digimon's down, low in HP, has a status effect or something like that, full repair tea will take all that away and restore your Digimon all the way up to maximum health and MP. Which is why that last area opening up was really important, because you can start getting full repair teas just by the bucket load. Giga Breath. Double Blade. Sorry, it's not gunfire or heavy action game right now. Because more or less it's a chill game almost, especially with how the fighting works. No thought going into the attack process, because it's just see enemy, press attack. There's some attacks I like better than others, but for the most part, it's just a good game. It's just a good little fun area. Fun game and fun mechanics. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, it's probably because I don't have. Yeah. It's because Gilmon's gone through a few more evolutions and degenerations. See the results of your island. It's like every 10 fights, I think, that you see the results of your island. At least I think that's what it is. Jeez. Double the area. I'm not sure if you can really miss an item in these areas because the games are weird because you'll have different areas and you'll have different holes. But there is no missing items in this game, then that's good. But to think there isn't, I think you just miss them because you don't find them. So that's more knock on your finding power versus the game. Supper ring. More or less, it's speed. If you have higher speed than your enemy, you're normally going to hit your enemy. Sometimes you don't, but other times you do. Come on. Solaris is using up the most MP out of everybody. Not because Solaris has to use his Gigabeth a lot. I mean, it might not be smart to use your smallest one, but maybe it is because you're using up what you weren't going to use up in the first place. So it's not worth it in combat. At least not unless you're just out of MP items entirely. Because your better side option is to use that or that. Or it's a bigger stuff if there's anything bigger. And actually, the funny part is, once you reach a certain point, only the Digimon are the only thing that you really want to get because it doesn't matter how many of the things you use, you're still going to have very little MP if you've already used up all your MP because you're trying to level up into heavier areas, like you're fighting against sibbling all the time. Or worse, because there's also the mine, which has the Armageddon in it. And I forget where else would be another one. The other one would be more or less... Because Armageddon is stronger than the Saberleomon, so I would say that's actually number 3. Your second best... Your first best is in this dimensional glitch. Second best is at the islands. Your third best is the Andromeda, and the fourth... the Armageddon, and the fourth best is anywhere at the high level, which would be the Cyber Brain for a little bit at least. Also depends on what you're trying to grind, because you can also go to places to grind EXP. why you want to grind EXP is so that you can so that you can get the certain EXP that you need in order to digivolve your Digimon into the forms you want to use. Because there is an EXP requirement on some forms, which is why this area is good for my Greymon, because it's a bunch of enemies, and I'm getting to destroy them. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and look at these other areas and see if it... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, so where do I need to go to fight Vikemon is the question. Let me get the name of this. Okay, so it's talking about go to the Thieves area, go to the pipe. I think I have to go to where we went there for the first time. Well, first time when we saved Ophanimon and Chief Glare. Come on. There we go. Okay, the most powerful thing I got is the power cutter. Oh yeah, also something interesting is the... Okay, there's a chest there. One of your more powerful attacks actually ends up being at the training level. The Rainbow Froth. Which I find very weird, but also be funny. But also, it's a ability you only gain at level 99. So that means that you're basically doing it in training until you reach level 99, which is not easy if it's a frontliner. If it's a backliner, maybe. Also, the other thing is, you get to fighting some enemies, some of these tournaments, and you find that these in training Digimon are stronger than your megas. You go, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, sorry, that's just the way it is. This game was very strange. This game's very strange with the power leveling of enemies and of you. Retract the path. Oh, I think I know what that means. I have to find that certain pipe that goes up, and go talk to him. Alrighty, where is that anyways? Oh! This is another reason why I get lost in this area, is because you got to do that stuff. When you're doing quests, you got to go around the area, stumbling around, finding these red and black walls, which guide you somewhat to where you have to go. No, it's not this one, is it? It's the other way. Hey, Waymon! I wonder who else thought the demise of Waymon in the first original was a very sad moment. Because number 2, you don't have the same demises as you do in the first one. In the 2020 version. Yes. Yes, the Digimon did good and bad, and were very full. I have to Digivolve at least 2 of them, or 3 of them, in order to get them to continue their EXP gain. And not take up precious space on my team. Because you only got 3 replacements, and you don't have a 5 front line. Rising Ray. Oh, wait. I get to cook fish. Mega Digimon. And they are water, even though they're supposed to be mecha. Power Blaster. Ow. There's Vicmon. And there's another fight. It's Reptilemon. Or Reptiledramon. Power Counter. Then full power with Desperado Blaster. Jeez, he's a tank. Yeah, I'm still taking heavy damage. Okay, this guy is where? In the Shrine Office, okay. Yeah, I could redo that mission over and over again to get all the XP I want, but I'm going to go ahead and just complete. Because I want to do at least one more story mission before I turn off today. Speedring R. Or pie, I guess you could say, because that's what it looks like. It looks like pie for some reason. Merchant of Death. Okay, this is where you actually get to go do your mission for the stuff. I find Gargomon a bit cool. I guess that's just kidding me. Also, did I just see that the attack was a bit lower? No, that's just me. Yeah, wait until he reaches max cover. Wait until he reaches max. Same thing for these guys. He's going to reach max before everyone else. Because this one's going to be probably working on the 50s by the time he reaches level 50. But at least Megidron's easier to get. Yep, this is the last dungeon before you have to go to the Dawn City. Okay, a little bit of a cheat, or a little bit of a thing that you can do in the game. You go to your house, get a full restore, you then go to the last area, and this is why the data size inside each of the farms is way too small. It should just be nodes that you have instead of having the CPU limit. Yeah, you see the full recovery. Full recovery the full repair there is full recovery. It fully repairs it fully gives you, your HP, your MP, and they set elements, even death. It's like the ultra item. Wrong side. Okay, that's where the mine is. Do I even have access to the mine in this version? It's like just the same for the little factory here. $69, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what your way through here because it's a bit confusing. And am I even strong enough to take on the Leomon yet? Barely, if I am. Because you gotta understand, I had trouble with finding the Saber Leomon with overleveled characters. These are overleveled characters, but they're not as overleveled as I was for that one. You're talking about 100 more attack and defense. Darn it! Waste of time. The only thing with this game is that any of your packs you start with one rookie, a champion, and ultimate. Which, you wonder why you lose. The tech pack is supposed to be a tech pack, but really all it does is give you the Guillemon first. The other packs don't really give you much, except for different chances of getting different Digimon to begin with. No Darknet didn't work today. Solarmon! Surprisingly, Solarmon is the way to get Alphamon. Yes, that little machine guy on the end. It's your only way to get Alphamon in this game. Or actually, you can get him through Dormon, but would you want to do DNA Digivolve? I mean, that's your choice. No, I don't need to see the farm. What I need to do is see the end of this area because it's annoying. And walking around and fighting with five steps doesn't help either. Come on. Yeah, I never focused on the Birdmon stuff. But Saberdramon is basically just a recolored Birdramon. I mean, there are a bunch of Digimon that are just recolors, not just variants, but recolors of the original. But one thing that they did for the darker color, the black color stuff, is that they're infected with a certain type of virus. They were the original, but then they turned colors because they got a certain type of virus in them, which made them more offensively powerful, but they weren't defensively powerful. So they had to trade off the attack power for defensive power. I think that's even reflected in this game if you got Black Agumon. I've seen Black Toy Agumon, but don't know if I've seen a actual Black Agumon. Silver Cloak. End of the fight. Hello, Clove Ryan Games Anarchy. Yeah, Digimon is a fun set of games. The only thing is they're not consistent with what their games are like. Like never, you don't get two Digimon games that are the same. Unless they're literally remakes of the previous game. The only three that come to mind is Digimon World 1, Digimon Recoded, and Digimon New World Order. Those are the only ones that are the same. All the other ones, different games each time. Like this is different from number 3. This is because number two was a dungeon crawler with the energy system, and it was sort of like Mystery Dungeon in Pokemon. Then you go from number 2 to number 3. Number 3 was a one-on-one JRPG sort of fight where you didn't have to actually care for the Digimon as much. You just had to make sure that they had HP, or else you had to game over. There's also Digimon Arena or Digimon Tournament for the DS, and that one was another care simulator, but you care for multiple Digimon. But it had sort of similar mechanics to Digimon World 1, where we had Digimon, but then they would go through a life cycle. I've heard of Golden Sun, and I think I played a little bit of it, but then I got sidetracked and haven't been able to play it since for a while. What'd you learn? Double Blade. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can have double blaster. I mean, winning punch is stronger than middle tackle, but middle tackle is so used for being multiple spaces. Double blaster don't think really does any sort of paralyzation, so it's just attribute change really. There. And yes, Digimon does have the limitation of giving you only 4 moves plus your Digimon special, so you get a total of 5 moves. Oh no. It's actually fun being overpowered in the RPG games. Just getting there, it takes a while sometimes, depending on what game it is. This one is probably easier because you're able to digivolve and degenerate as you want to and need to. Yeah, I've been fighting a lot of those because they haven't been appearing. The good thing is in this game is if you're defeated, you don't. I think you only lose like half your money. So you get defeated, you lose half your money, you end up just teleporting back to base and having a quote-unquote bad dream. Why I'm saving is because this is getting close to the area where the Saberleomon might appear. And at my current level, even though I'm overpowered, they are much stronger. Like, imagine that they're like magnitude stronger than I'm currently. Like, if I'll save and I'll see what I can do because I don't really feel like going through the ending like that with losing half of money before reaching the end. And there's actually no way to get your money back besides, of course, hard skill grinding, which can take a while depending on what you gained your money from. If you gained it through quests mainly, yeah, you're going to have a very hard time because you can't redo quests. Like, once the quests are completed, they're just completed. You can't redo any quests. That's just the long and short of it. You know, that Mummymon makes me think of the Metal Mummymon that I got in Digimon World 1. Indeed, pancakes are the best thing to have in breakfast. For some reason, I like vanilla pancakes with just no syrup on it or maple syrup on it. Namely because it's just bread. Bread soaks up syrup, and syrup makes it nice and sweet. Okay. Scheisse. Oh yeah, there's some more powerful enemies. And I'll be greedy and hit them all at the same time, see if I can wipe them out as fast as I can. And that is why I kept mill tackle, because 3 striking areas. Can eliminate them, but this will be okay. Oh wow, so Solaris is my weak link. Didn't I explore all this other area before I went down here? Yes, I did, probably. I just forget it because I'm forgetful whenever I go around places. Tortamon. The first time I don't think you actually get to see a Tortamon in the first one. You get to see Tyrannomon and Dark Tyrannomon, but you don't get to see a Tortamon. The first time you get to see a Tortamon is in Digimon Season 2? And then I don't think you get to see one in Season 3 in the Tamers. You get to see one in Savers, though. Is when the Marcus gets the biggest head of them all. And if you, I don't know what appeared in number 3 because I went halfway through halfway through Frontier, and then I just stopped watching because the thing is, Digimon is meant for the trainer, the tamer, to be partners with the Digimon, not for them to be able to turn into Digimon themselves, which is an interesting idea. It's just the duality of the series and how it worked. And how it worked before Season 4, before Frontier, was the way that it normally went for the past 3 seasons, so people were used to it. The viewers of the anime were used to that sort of way watching the show. Then season 4 comes along, and a lot of people go, where's the Digimon? I see the Digimon, but they're not friends with the humans. Why not? It just made people drop off it. And sure, there were people that stayed there and ate it up like hotcakes, but not everyone stayed around. I'm actually surprised that they got to go as far as it did. I think it did go all the way to the end, though, because they had Susanamon at the end fixing everything. Which Susanamon was the equivalent, was that, Omnimon? Oh my. Jeez, you're getting critically hit every single time. To become the dead. Come on. Safety save. I do a safety save right as I need to see that. I'm gonna go ahead and go back and save again just to avoid that. Speed ring B. Darn it, is there anything up there that I need to grab? No. And then we face this guy. Double Dramon card, which decreases the defense. Nice. Not enough to make it to where I get damaged, but enough that it's faint that's irritating. Come on. Wait, dead end? But, okay, I'm going to find my way around again because obviously this isn't the way. There's just a teleport. I don't think there's a teleport though. I don't think this is a teleport place. And yes, you can digiconvert convert ultimates and megas. It's just how long are you going? How much are you going to fight them? Are you going to fight them enough to get to the 1% per fight, or are you going to just evolve them? I mean, I guess 100 fights is easier to do than getting some of these requirements, which are ridiculous. Come on. We are trying to get to the end of this area so I can try and show what the Saberlemon look like. I swear this is the side that I'm supposed to be on. I hope I'm on the right side. Also this thing, I forget if this is ultimate or a champion, but the fact remains that that this guy is something I remember from my time watching the original Digimon. He was the scum that was working with the Dark Masters, and he got destroyed by Dark Master too. These guys, though, they were just fodder. That's just recolored Emojimon. Or not Emojimon. And then, let's see. Jeez. Okay, come on. We've been saying this for quite a while. I wanted to try and get this done. Come on, don't show me up this. Oh, you got to use this dark network for a second. He got his fun time. Winning punch. Are we at the end? Please let this end. No, it has to give me another fight. What the heck? You again! Yep, there's the teleporter. Okay, so I'm not all the way back at that one island. Okay, so this area. Nope, it wasn't one. I remember this area. And I remember for one reason, because I was here for hours, running back and forth trying to face a certain enemy. I don't know if it's that you have to fight something or not. I don't think they're here yet, but bear in mind that this is the grind area that I'm thinking about. No, you got behind me. Just die. No, I got hit by too little damage. No, too much. This is why I like the overkill mechanic of Final Fantasy X. You get more experience if you overkill the enemy. And sometimes that happens easily because the enemy just does not like dying when it should. Let me try one more time. Yes, I'm running around in circles, and now you don't want to show up. It could be the next area that the enemy shows up at. Let me check the guide, see if the guide actually says this. Okay, I'm not finding you. I'm not saying anything about them. That's that part. I'm not saying what safely on are. Jeez, that sucks. Oh well. Okay. So how many times do we have to fight? Actually, wait a second. Atomic Blast. Desperado. No. Darn it. I dislike that auto target ability right there. It's trying to target the centerpiece, when the fact is that you can target any of the 3 spots there, because Gaiomon is so big. And I think that is this area that you have to grind for the XP that I was wanting. Nice. It's going to be double shot too. And he dodged twice. Nice. Yeah, that's why the multi-hit area hits are good, is because for the boss enemies that take up multiple spaces, which I think stops after we fight the final guy in the final boss. You end up with having to fight enemies that are single space after that. Namely, because you go from let me see. Double blade. Okay, Mega Napalm was nice for when I had it, but I'd much rather have the double blade. What's this? Double Dragon Claw. going to do that because it's a stronger ability. Sharp Fang. I'm going to do it myself because I can. Yeah. I don't think I ever got that. So that's the first time I got that. The other option, you have the union pay, and you end up paying way more. Boss, wait for me. Okay. And yes, he pooped out a way to get back. Besides, what does this item do? The thing was saying it's trash, but let me see this. Equip. Yeah, I think that's a little bit weak for 100,000 credits for a blade that does an all stats upgrade, but does less. Let's see. I think the only blade that really outclasses is the silver blade, which I have equipped this guy, and that's only because it does so much more. But yeah, that's kind of sad. Probably what would make it more worth it was if it was double that power. I'm sorry to say this, if I were ever to mod this game or mod its brother game, I would change the stats of some of the items, including the Kowloon blade here. I would be changing those stats from that to probably double to triple, and maybe even quadruple if I was feeling funny about it. Because look at this, if let's see, that would be 4 times, would be around 60 attack addition. Then you have 36 defense, 40 spirit, and then 24 at least 24 speed. Yeah, that would actually be a fair upgrade. And yes, I would probably have it as the stats are with Legendary Blade, which I have not gotten my hands on because I have not gone to the digital arena since the beginning. I can go and do that real quick. I mean, I've only been on 2 hours, so probably just do a few tournaments, do bronze and silver at least. The sad thing is, okay, so I had 100,000, now I have 10,000. I'm going to have 20,000 by the end of this. because the union doesn't reimburse your payments. You pay 100k up front, and you get a mediocre blade. It's like the laser thing. Oh, one of 3 platinum cloaks. Yeah, there's only, literally, there's only 3 platinum cloaks in the whole game. Unless there's a secret, what is it? Brain, come up with the answer. Yeah, I'm not going to do any more right now, non-stream anyways. And there are a few farm quests that you have to do in order to max out your tamer's points. But let's go ahead and let's check my stats. Okay, so I do have some max stuff. Oh yeah, I have to. There's someone I have to work with. Let's see, you. Let's see, you're 32. I'm going to do you because you're. Okay, you're not max power yet, but you're close enough that if I were to do the stuff, I'll get you leveled up to level 33, just no problem. So I'd much rather come back here and do that with you. Geo Greymon. Can I digivolve you? No. And you are actually at your max level, aren't you? Yes. Because machine EXP is hard to get, at least until we go to the transwarp. And no, it's not anything bad. It's just called that because it's like a transdimensional location. Oh no, that's Transfield. What I'm thinking of is the Cyber Brain, which is a very odd location in and of itself. Let's see. You are okay. Who else is needing to be? No. Okay, so everybody's at alright levels for me to do this. The sad thing is, with this game, and all games like it, the PvP of it has died because Nintendo shut down the DS servers. Or is going to shut down the DS servers. So you'll have to in a way, set up your own stuff. That's where I had to get that. Oh yeah, I forgot. You get a crap ton of stuff from this guy, and because I haven't come to him since the beginning, I don't know how much. Like, it's like every 100 points it gives you something. Or something like that. Did that just say 10,000 bits? Yes, it did. Oh, that's it. Yes, I'm ready to go. AI. Do you know that I have Digimon that are several magnitudes stronger than they should be? Oh, you have Royal Knight. Maybe I'm not. Oh no. We'll see. Oh! Oh, so I'm just going to destroy you. Yes, I am. And that, my friends, is why. What does this? Small breath. Discard it. Bronze Tamer. Okay, one more. It'll cost you 2,000 bits to get in there. No, the one that I'm definitely not ready for is the Platinum, because the Platinum is... What can I do to get ready? Like what else can I do? Because it's just me getting ready to go in there and fight the next trainer. Because when you do, because there's 4 levels. There's the bronze, there's the silver, there's the gold, and then there's the platinum. The platinum, though, you're fighting against Imperial Digimon Paladin mode. Which, if I'm thinking right, the way you get Imperial Digimon Paladin mode is not that easy. Actually, it's pretty hard. And Millennium Mon, how the heck do you get Millennium Mon? I forgot. Because you need like several different Digimon, including Machine Dramon, which Machine Dramon is a somewhat easy Digimon to get, because it can go down a normal Digivolution line. Actually, makes me think. Okay, so these Vatamon are like the ones from 2020. Then again, I guess the one I remember is the one that's floating on a UFO instead of wiggling on a bunch of tentacles. But I do forget the one from the original Digimon, because the original Digimon one did have a bunch of toes. It's just I never paid attention to it, because you know, kid logic and kid attention span. Like, you don't realize that it has 50 tentacles for feet. Let's see. We'll try one more. Because I do think that I'm at high enough strength level to fight the gold level. Already at gold level, so let's go ahead and go see if I can fight it. Sure, I don't have a single Mega on my team, but as you can tell, it doesn't really matter if you have a Mega or not. You can have more powerful ultimates than you can have Megas. Giselle? Okay. Don't make fun of me because I'm a girl. Okay. Bancholeomon. Lucemon, okay, and a genie. Oh my. I'll go ahead and go ahead and start fighting the genie. Okay, so we're at even levels for this, so we shouldn't get too terribly massacred. In theory. Okay, so we're not taking too much damage. Eesh. 100 damage still is 100 damage. Oh no. Critical hand, it's going to do it again. That one missed, barely. Okay. That was probably the reason why I was focusing on him. Because I think that it's attacker, and debuffer basically, and you want to try to get rid of the debuffer if you can. Eternal sleep. Okay, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but still. Okay, that's one down. And you know, the next one to go is going to be the Lucemon, and not the Bancholeomon, for whatever reason. For whatever reason, I don't mind keeping having the attacker around. Although that was a powerful strike and did a lot of damage. Let me use something that fixes this. There goes Lucemon. Now we got this Bancholeomon. Desperado Blaster? Yes, we're Desperadoing all the way through this, aren't we? Yeah, this was the hardest fight thus far. I'm definitely not ready for the platinum, though. Okay, Volcano Napalm. Place the middle tackle. What do you want to learn? Raging Blast? Okay then. 5,000 bits. I'm glad that it goes through all of it though. It lets you get all of your all the stuff. There we go. And we got our final bits. We're near 100,000 again, but we're still not back up to it. Alrighty, you can see that playtime, 24 hours. It's taken quite a bit of time, even with cheats, to get this far. That said, the Mighty Pancake is done for today. Mighty Pancake has given you the syrup. Syrup must flow. Mighty Pancake gives you his love. It wishes you all a flipping good day.